Hello, I'm Garrett DuPont, and this is John DuPont. We are conducting this interview for Fred Cannon's first year engineering seminar. Where did you go to school?
I went to school at the University of Hartford in Hartford, Connecticut.
What year did you attend Hartford?
I graduated in 1989 with a Bachelor's of Science degree in Civil Engineering.
And when did you pass your PE test?
I took my EIT, as it was called when I was there, in my junior year of college, and I passed my PE test in 1994.
Where do you work now as a professional engineer?
I work for the Borough of Carteret. I'm the Director of Municipal Engineering.
And you work in Carteret. What is the town like? Is it an up-and-coming town, or is it more of a modern environment?
Carteret was an old industrial town. It was about 25,000 people, and in the last 10 years it's had a revitalization. So there's a lot of redevelopment going on in town.
What kinds of redevelopment and revitalization are you guys working on currently?
In New Jersey, there's redevelopment plans are a very big focus right now. So we're an industrial town that now we've gone into residential and commercial development. So we're claiming back brownfield sites and industrial sites and making residential areas and retail areas.
What is your specialization in civil engineering?
When I was in school, in my beginning of my career, I was in water resources. So I did a lot of fluid dynamics work, a lot of stream, a lot of bridge designs and stuff like that.
And how do you tie that into your work now?
Having a water background is great, especially when you're working with a town, because you're constantly dealing with sanitary and storm sewers in a town. My scope now is more of an administrator at this point in my career, but that background is still terrific.
What is the most challenging part of your job in Carteret?
Probably there's two areas that are the biggest. Budgets and money constraints are always a concern, and dealing with the public and the governing body as well.
How often do you interact with the community of Carteret?
Well, as the Director of Engineering for Carteret, I'm also in charge of several other departments. So I have interaction with the community daily, and it could be on an engineering issue, it could be a sanitation or sewer issue, or it can be on a zoning or planning issue.
And are you in the office most of the time, or are you able to go out in the field and actually interact with the citizens?
I'm in the field probably about 25% of my time. It is a changes day by day, depending on what the projects are going on. If we're under construction on a project, I might be out a little more. If we're in design phases, I might be in the office a little more.
And what do you enjoy the most about your job? Is it the fact that you're able to leave the office, or is it when you're alone working on projects?
Civil engineering, the best part for me is that it's changing every day. And I am inside sometimes, I am outside sometimes, I'm reacting to problems and solving problems, and the job is different and exciting and challenging every day.
Okay, thank you. At this point, we left Mr. DuPont's office to head to one of his project sites. As he mentioned before, a large amount of his work is done in the field. This project we are viewing today is Carteret's high school football field. Mr. DuPont can see how his work betters the Carteret community, and I feel that that is what I would want to gain from my job as a civil engineer.
Yeah, this is the high school football stadium. You can see it's natural grass right now with an older track. We're going to be ripping up the grass field, making a synthetic turf field, replacing the track, installing a new drainage system below the field. The lighting and the fencing and exterior will remain, but it's about a $1.9 million project. Finish up plans and specs now, and we hope to bid in February and start construction in April. So we're ready for the high school football season next year.
He has shown me today that if I were to work as a civil engineer, I would not be cooped up in an office all day. I would be able to interact with the community and improve their lives each and every day.
All right, so in addition to the high school football field, two major projects going on in the borough of Carteret right now are the Waterfront Marina and Ferry project. The marina is a $26 million marina project we've been working on for about 7 years now. 250 boats. We're actually utilizing an existing natural cove that was used as a mahogany plant in the 20s. We've reclaimed it, we've cleaned the waterway, we've excavated about 17 feet of dredge material, contaminated dredge material, refilled in the cove, put in a wave barrier. Right now we're actually driving the piles in for the piers. Again, $26 million. We're currently right in the middle of construction. We anticipate that being done by spring. There hasn't been Carteret was a very industrial town, so there hasn't been waterfront usage for recreation or for the residents other than businesses. So this is a real big deal. It's a changing of Carteret. Immediately adjacent to the marina, we're building a ferry terminal. The ferry terminal will give Carteret residents access to New York City, about a 40-minute ferry ride. So that is also contaminated property, old industrial DuPont chemical site that we've reclaimed. We have capped the entire site. It's about a 23-acre site. We've capped it with about 4 feet of stone through DEP permitting and Army Corps of Engineers permitting. So now we have it capped, and we're putting in a terminal. The ferry terminal, we're still about 2 steps further behind than the marina. We have a little more permitting to do with the Army Corps, but we anticipate starting that in about a year and a half. That's about a $20 million ferry project. Currently, the borough is considering options of purchasing and owning our own ferry boats versus hiring an operator to bring in their own ferry boats. The mayor and council think it's a better project if we can own the ferry boats, hire an operator, and subsidize it with all the redevelopment going on, so that residents of Carteret can have very affordable ferry service to New York City. So, changing the scope of Carteret, old industrial town, through civil engineering, we've now reclaimed the waterfront. We're going to build a recreational marina. We're going to build a ferry terminal, and we're going to completely turn around this town. The investment overall is probably about $50 million over a course for about a 10-year period. But it looks like the project's on course, and we should see the opening of the marina in the spring and the ferry probably 2 years out.
Mr. DuPont is a professional engineer, professional planner, certified municipal engineer. He has 25 years of experience. He has a Bachelor's of Science in Civil Engineering. He is the treasurer for the New Jersey Society of Municipal Engineers, and he is the Planning and Zoning Board engineer for the past 18 years for the Borough of Carteret.